morning, my name is Crystal. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Welcome old subscribers, welcome new. If you like my videos, please do press that like button, please do subscribe. It is a lovely Saturday morning. Again, the sun is out, a slight breeze, and hopefully it'll be the start of another lovely day. Alexa, what's the time, please?
The time is 8:29 a.m.
Alexa, good morning.
Good morning. Were you woken by a murder of crows this morning? That's better than a smack of jellyfish or a crash of rhinos. How about a dazzle of puffins or a cauldron of bats? I wonder what a group of echoes would be called. An assistance, perhaps?
Alexa, what's the date today?
It's Saturday the 22nd of July.
Alexa, what's the weather like? Alexa, the weather.
Currently, in Rochester it's 13 degrees Celsius with mostly cloudy skies. Today, you can expect lots of clouds and thunderstorms, with a high of 19 degrees and a low of 13 degrees.
Alexa, can you tell me a joke?
Why shouldn't you ask Yoda for money? Because he's always a little short.
That's cute, that's a cute joke. Right guys, it's a Saturday morning here in Rochester. I've got up, I've made my coffee, I'm going to have something for breakfast a bit later on. I fed my cats, I fed my dog, and it's another day. I've had nothing nasty said to me this morning, and hopefully it stays that way. Like I said, it's a weekend. I hope it's relaxing. I hope that everybody has a good time, whatever they're doing. Excuse me. Last night, I took Max on to the field for his last walk. He's only a small dog. He doesn't need walking a huge amount, but I like to keep him fit and active as well as myself, and I like to look after him. And it does dogs as well as humans good to go outside and get some exercise. So we went for a walk together, and my neighbour, one of my neighbours, was behind me, and the dog was making a noise, and she told the dog to shut up, shut up. And of course my father, that just brought back memories, you see, because all I can remember my dad doing to my mum was telling my mum, you know, like a dog, to shut up, Jennifer, he would say, shut up. Right, so that immediately brought back memories of my father Derek shouting at my mother Jennifer when I was younger. I started to feel, do you remember a few days ago someone said to me, what makes you depressed, Crystal? Well, being reminded of my childhood makes me depressed, because it wasn't very happy at all. It was very violent and I didn't enjoy it. So her dog makes a load of noise, it's worse than mine, and I could hear her coming down the stairs telling this dog to shut up. I went out the back of the flats. Outside someone's block of flats was a large bottle of mineral water. Now I've got stacks of mineral water. I've got 12 bottles of mineral water in this flat. Why would I need anybody else's? And certainly don't take things, it could be contaminated, there could have been something in it. So I walked past this random bottle of large mineral water stuck outside this block of flats. Dogs need water, don't they? You've got to get the gist of what they're doing. Dogs need water. Walked around the back of the flats and walked around, and then I walked back round back some other flats, and I walked onto the field. and it was relatively quiet. There was no one on there. I walked Max on the lead. I didn't let him off because you get joggers. A jogger came on the field later on, so I keep Max on the lead during the evening because you get joggers. Max Chihuahuas tend to like chase after anything that moves, an electric scooter, someone walking past fast, and they can make people jump by barking, so I kept him on the lead. A couple of joggers went past and I just carried on walking, just slowly and quietly. As I was coming off the field, the guy with Luna, the black floppy Labrador with the red collar, was coming onto the field, and he sat on the bench, but I was coming off the field, so I didn't get a dog jumping all over me and Max. He sat on the bench and I walked off the field, and I just walked back to my flat. I was watching a film about bullies, girls in school bullying other girls to shoplift, and it led to murder. It led to these bullies murdering a mum and a daughter. They murdered a mum and a daughter. So it's not always men that commit crimes, it's not always men that murder, and it's not always men that are involved in child abuse. Women can be involved in it as well. So you had a girl dressed up in a balaclava murdering a schoolgirl because they were bullying her. Bullying girls into shoplifting. So it ended in murder. So I watched that film, and then I put the TV on, and then Count Yorga, Count Yorga, the vampire film was on last night, and I think that was Talking Pictures or something like that. I watched Count Yorga the Vampire, or Great Movie Channel, something like that. It just came on, and I'm a fan of horror films. So Count Yorga the Vampire, I was watching that, and then I just later on went to bed and just rested. And I've got up this morning, and the day is relatively the same as a weekday as a weekend for me. I tried to go out yesterday. I wanted to be happy. I wanted to enjoy myself, and it's the way I get treated. It puts me off. It does. If you're a sensitive person and you go into a shop and somebody is completely rude to you, it can affect your mood. So, I mean, you'll say you get up in the morning like myself, you've got a smile on your face, you're happy, and then all of a sudden, you get really bad service in a shop from a shop assistant, or someone blanks you when you're trying to speak to them, or somebody, like what's happening to me is just, it's pathetic. Right? I'm a single woman. I'm entitled to be on a dating site. I mean, what they want, it's just stupid and pathetic. It's like people being in a school playground bullying someone because they don't fit in. They're a bit different, so they've got the lady. It's pathetic, and I'm an adult and I'm better than that. I've been bullied since I went to school, and I've had enough of it. And I'm not putting up with it. When I went to school, I kept quiet. I was frightened of the bullies. At the age of 54, I'm not frightened of bullies anymore. And I am going to go outside, and I am a woman, and I'm going to wear what I want to. It's not their problem. They shouldn't be staring at me anyway. They should be looking at what they're wearing, not what I'm wearing. And if you copy someone, you should be in my opinion, someone copies you like they copied Eminem, right? Because they're a fan of yours, they like what you're wearing. Why would someone put on clothes that you've got to take the mickey out of you? Because then they're taking the mickey out of themselves, aren't they? They're making themselves look ridiculous. If they are copying my style and my clothing because they are a fan of what I'm wearing, thank you. But there are some people putting my clothes on thinking it's funny to put them on old men, right? And you wouldn't put a mini skirt on an old man or a pair of French knickers, would you? I mean, are they copying my underwear? It makes me laugh. Are they putting my black lacy bra on and my black knickers? Are they putting those on the men? I don't mind, it's flattering. They think it's winding me up and upsetting me, but I find it funny. It's hilarious to see an old man of about 80 walking down the road with my t-shirt or my shorts on. I think it's funny. You just wonder if they are wearing ladies' garments underneath the clothing, don't you? It makes you wonder if they're wearing my ladies' underpants. Alexa, LBC Radio.
LBC London from Global Player.
People have died like that in hospital, in hospice, at home. It's happening everywhere. See if people with the legislation had to witness someone dying like that, they would soon be signing that paper.
Yeah.
And, you know, there's a time when people know, the medical profession know a person only has a matter of days, and they know what can happen. In my husband's case, he knew.
But they also, Susan, they also. I mean, you've done unbelievably to describe what you went through, and you've made it so immediate for people. Thank you. But they do know. You're absolutely right. But that injection that you were talking about, that relaxant, the sedative, I don't know what it's called either, but in effect, it allows people to slip away. So it is. What I saw with my mother-in-law was that injection, and then that quietness, the blue lips, the breathing goes, and they die. That is
It was eventually, and Andrew, but it was after at least 8 hours. And there was someone else in a hospital locally who was for days in excruciating pain. The similar situation happened, and the family had to beg to get that last drug.
Well, that's amazing. I'm sorry that you had to go through that, but I did wonder about that injection, that moment when somebody makes that decision. So perhaps
Andrew, can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I have a feeling, and I'm not know how to find this out, and I don't know, but I've got a suspicion in this country that there's a shortage of serious pain relief drugs. And because talking to another friend who had kidney stones, different thing altogether, and that's a very painful thing. And normally when you get kidney stones, we've had them over the years plenty times, and he knows what drugs he gets right away. And now he had it, and he was in pain for days because they weren't giving him the drug they'd usually give him to get him out of the pain.
Well, I'm just wondering about that, Susan. That's interesting. I mean, I don't know whether it's just morphine or not, but perhaps they're scared of the law, before administering the course.
I have a feeling there's a shortage, because I've got another friend who they get out a little pack. If you get in palliative care at home, you get a little pack, and it's got all the drugs in it that you will need if a catastrophic incident happens.
Yeah.
And I have a friend whose daughter died at home, and she had a catastrophic incident like my husband, and the box wasn't there. Someone had to go to the hospice. They didn't have the